This is an intermediate English listening practice. It comes from Book 1 of the Intermediate English Comprehension series, which has over 3,000 positive reviews on Amazon. Listen carefully and use the subtitles to improve your vocabulary and comprehension.
Cleopatra has inspired films, plays, books, monuments, and songs. But who was she really? What were the details of her life? And what was it that made the Egyptian monarch so special? Cleopatra was born into the Ptolemaic dynasty around 69 BC. The Ptolemaic dynasty came from Greece and ruled Egypt after Alexander the Great's death during the Hellenistic period. Traditionally, the Ptolemies only spoke Greek and refused to speak Egyptian. This is why ancient Greek and ancient Egyptian were used to write official court documents such as the Rosetta Stone. When Cleopatra's father, Ptolemy XII, died in 51 BC, she began to rule with her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII. The brother and sister married, which was a tradition at that time. Cleopatra was an extremely intelligent woman and a skillful politician who brought prosperity to bankrupt Egypt. Cleopatra also brought peace, as Egypt was split by civil war. Unlike her family, she learned to speak Egyptian, telling people that she was the reincarnation of the goddess Isis. Things began to change in 48 BC. This is the year when Egypt became involved with the conflict in Rome which was developing between Julius Caesar and Pompey. Pompey escaped to Alexandria, the Egyptian capital. Ptolemy XIII gave the order to murder Pompey, and he was quickly killed. Soon after, Caesar arrived in Egypt and he and Cleopatra became lovers. At this time, Cleopatra wasn't living in Alexandria because she'd been exiled by Ptolemy XIII. Now she had Caesar's support, she was again queen, thanks to Roman military backup. Ptolemy XIII was killed in the fighting. In 47 BC, Cleopatra had Caesar's child, named Caesarion, although Caesar never publicly admitted that the boy was his son. Cleopatra went with Caesar to live in Rome but returned to Egypt after Caesar's assassination in 44 BC. Ptolemy XIV, Cleopatra's other brother, mysteriously passed away at this time, and some historians believe she had something to do with it. Cleopatra now began to rule Egypt with her son Caesarion. 3 years later, in 41 BC, there were problems in Rome. Mark Antony, whose mother had been Caesar's cousin, was quarrelling with Octavian, the adopted son of Caesar. Mark Antony and Octavian both wanted power in Rome. Mark Antony and Cleopatra started a political and romantic relationship. They had 3 children together, 2 sons and a daughter. In 31 BC, the combined armies of Mark Antony and Cleopatra tried to defeat Octavian's forces at Actium on the west coast of Greece, where the battle took place at sea. Cleopatra and Mark Antony fled to Egypt after Octavian won the battle. Octavian pursued the couple and he conquered Alexandria in 30 BC. Mark Antony committed suicide and Cleopatra did the same, killing herself on the 12th of August 30 BC. Many people believe Cleopatra killed herself by making an asp of venomous snake bite her. However, some historians believe that she drank poison. We will never know for sure. With its ruler dead and its army defeated, Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire. And although her reign ended long ago, Cleopatra lives on as one of history's most interesting and memorable women.
If you'd like the full text with comprehension questions and vocabulary explanations, Book 1 is available on Amazon. The link is in the video description below.